Hi and welcome to all the racing enthusiasts around the globe who are joining us for this pre-recorded show, recorded early doors on a Thursday morning for the Friday meeting which takes place at Fairview. We are racing on the turf and the first race is off at 12:25. With great pleasure introducing Grant Paddock. Grant, firstly, how are you doing? And secondly, what's your weather pattern looking like?
Yeah, morning Sheldon, morning punters. Yeah, all good my side. Weather's pretty good. It's been hot down here. A little bit windy today. We're going to have a good day's racing tomorrow. So hopefully we can put the punters on the right horses.
Right, talking about the right horses, race number 1, 12:25 is the Welcome to Nelson Mandela Bay Maiden Plate. So look at the best weighted column over 1,600 meters. Number 4, Cheerful Charlie B is at 18-10. Number 2 is 7-2. And then we've got a host of runners at 5-1. Number 1, Always Shining. Number 5, Harlem. Number 6, Lord Quinn. And number 3, Master Lincoln. And the 7 is 25-1. So what's your take on race number 1, Grant, with the betting?
Yeah, Sheldon, a very, very tricky race to start the bipod. I've got to be very honest with you. You could have 3 horses in here and go out. It's very, very difficult. There's no talk on the ground. The favourite, Cheerful Charlie B, ran a very good race last time out, running second. That was in an open maiden handicap where he carried 52 kilos. He's plus 8 kilograms. So that 18-10 doesn't really look good value. But it is his third run here. Course and distance, very good run last time out. He's got to be there and thereabouts, but he's no 18-10 shot, there's no doubt. 8 kilograms is a lot of weight to be extra. Always Shining, very good last run as well, over 1,400 meters. Also having his peak run here. He has been gelded since, but it hasn't been a long turnaround. He's got to be there and thereabouts. And Lord Quinn, Harlem, Master in Colour. Asinantanga, I see there's been a bit of money for him from the Gavin Smith yard. Drawn 1, I see they've thrown the kitchen sink at him with all the changes, headgears and so on. So they're hoping to pull out all the stops with him. Very tricky race, Sheldon. Players need to go quite wide in the bike, but unfortunately, even though it is a 7-horse field, I'm tipping it 1, 4, 6 and 2.
So there we go, 1, 4, 6 and 2 for Grant Paddock as we move on to race number 2, and this is an open maiden over 1,900. And just looking at the structuring of the weights here, there's 4 horses or 5 horses in the best weighted column who stand on a 60, and the betting suggests number 1, Ono No Kamachi at 7-10 and 8-10. Number 2, A Month of Sundays, that is trading at 4-1, along with number 3, Angel of My Heart, 4-1. After that, you can get 7-1 and better. Judged by your numbers in the place accumulator 1 and 2, you're not sold on the favourite?
No. I watched her last time out. Very hot filly, quite a lean filly as well. She went the 1,400 for the first time. She was way out back and ran on quite nicely, but it was a really, really poor maiden field. She was short price favourite and she got rolled. Stepping up to 1,900, 60 kilograms, giving weight all round to the older fillies. Not going to be easy. Definitely not a 7-10 shot. I am going to take her on with Month of Sundays. Month of Sundays horribly interfered with last time out. Nearly came down and had to ease out of the race. She will run a big race, there's no doubt. And then a horse like Angel of My Heart and Welsh Starlet will probably fill up the quartets, trifectas. So I'm tipping at 2, 1, 3 and 5, Sheldon.
That'll take us on to race number 3, where the betting says number 2, Lotus Island, Richard Perry and Alan Greef. This is your current 12-10 favourite. Your value bet on the card is number 6, Millennium Dancer, Muzi Yeni for the Kelly Mitchley stable. That's at a reasonable price of 4-1. Number 1, Darling Harbour at 6-1 with number 8, Galaxy Moment. You can get 8-1 and the rest of them, and that looks to be the betting for race number 3. Now, as far as race number 3 goes, take us in your direction.
Yeah, once again, Lotus Island, 12-10, draw 10, post maiden run. She did win well, but she beat absolutely nothing. 3-year-old filly with 60 kilos. I think 12-10 is way too short. Millennium Dancer, on the other hand, holding solid form, course and distance. Lovely galloping weight, 54.5. Nice draw, Yeni up. Got to be a very big run and some very good value at 4-1. Probably the biggest danger to her is number 8, Galaxy Moment, off the 52.5 with a 2 draw. Very good run against the boys last time out behind a horse I think is going to be the best bet on the card a little bit later in the day. So Galaxy Moment is definitely a big runner as well. And Sheldon, I'm tipping this one 6 to win it from 2, 8 and 3.
Next up will be heat number 4, and race number 4 is due off at 14:10. So looking at the betting, number 1, Nothing Else Matters, with Craig Zaki aboard for the Gavin Smith stable, 15-10. Number 4, Puerto Plata at 5-2, Richard Ferry and Alan Greef, and then you can get 5-1 Canny Mumbo from the Mitchley stable. Your best bet on the card appears to be number 1, Nothing Else Matters at 15-10. This being a classified stakes over 2,400 meters. When you look at the best weighted column, you've got to put it into perspective, because Be Real's an 81 in the best weighted column, and Nothing Else Matters doesn't feature in that column. However, I think you've got to look past that best weighted column with the new conditions.
Yeah, 100%. You look straight past it. This horse is definitely the best bet on the card. 15-10, a very good price. He got bobbed ahead by Harold the Duke last time out. Harold the Duke came out in a non-black type race and got beaten 3 lengths. He's going to be very, very, very hard to beat at the classified level, there's no doubt. Specializes at the 2,400 at the Fairview on the grass. Going to be hard to beat. Puerto Plata, he's always there and thereabouts. 5-2, way too short. Canny Mumbo, he'll run a decent race. Probably also a little bit short at 5-1, but this is definitely the banker on the day, and a horse to have a very good bet on. Number 1, Nothing Else Matters, and I'm tipping at 1, 4, 10, and 3.
Just talking about the best weighted horse by a country mile is the filly, number 8, Be Real. No real form to go by, and currently is trading at the odds of double figures, so you can get around about 25-1 this individual. So I think that tells the tale.
Yeah, 100%. I think she's the only filly in the race, and they do get the 2.5 kilo pull in these classifieds. But she needs to show a hell of a lot to be competitive.
Next up will be race number 5, and when it comes to race number 5, 1,600 meters, it's a merit-rated 74 handicap, an open event where once again Richard Ferry and Alan Greef will team up with the 15-10 favourite. Number 8, Grandiosa, is 4-1 from 9-2. Then we have number 12, Potent Captain, at 6-1, and number 7, Silver Tycoon, 10-1, with number 5, Gold Gunner, 10-1. 16-1 after that. Let's start off with number 3, which is Master Foresters. Got the 2 victories, and both those victories have been achieved on the turf on good conditions. And that last victory, good finish, eased up.
Yeah, he went very, very well. He did get a lovely, I think, 6-point penalty. Not going to be easy off that. But he's an improving horse. He's not a bad horse at all. He's going to be very competitive in a race like this. I am concerned about the weight that he's carrying for a 3-year-old, as well as the penalty he received in quite an open race. This horse, Gold Gunner, has got to be a big runner. Sharon finally broke a duck last week, and hopefully the yard has turned now. He's a very, very nice horse, this horse, Gold Gunner, and with Louis back in the saddle, I think he's a big runner. But my selection in the race is the 12 horse Potent Captain from the Duncan Mackenzie yard, who's really got very good form. Craig Zaki, who doesn't normally ride for the yard, has picked up the ride, and 6-1 is a bit of value there. This horse, Sound of the Sea, he was backed quite heavily last time out for his first run here, and just needed it, and he'll also improve. So it's quite a tricky race here, Sheldon. I'm not overly keen on this favourite at 15-10. I've got to be honest with you. I'm going to go a bit wider, and I'm tipping at 12, 3, 5, and 9.
Right, just one other horse I'd like to touch on, and obviously the guys are going to look at me a little bit squiffly, is number 6, Barcelona. 66-1, 8-1 a fixed place at this point in time. If you go back, once upon a time was rated a 106. It's down to a 74, but is the mile actually his trip?
Yeah, well, those days when he was a 106, he was sprinting. He's now going a mile, and he's off a merit rating of 74. Yeah, he's got to turn his form around, and from a 14 draw, he's got a lot of work to do.
Next up will be heat number 6 as we shoot into the 6th race with number 3, Luna Halo. I know this was one of your favorite horses around, because each and every time I do the show with you, you're tipping Luna Halo as a horse to beat or a best bet. And she's simply been an absolute phenomenal filly for the stable. She's a 10-time winner from her 19 starts, so over a 50% win strike rate, 19 runs, 10 wins, 3 seconds, a third, and 3/4 to her credit at 11-10. Number 1, Kaya's Hope, just having a look at the best weighted column. Not much between them, numbers 1 and 3, and then there's quite a big gap to number 2, Bush Tracker. So Lunar Halo and Kaya's Hope, these are the two horses that should be able to be very, very effective in this class.
Yeah, 100%. It's a boat race between the two, Sheldon. I've gone for Lunar Halo purely because Kaya's Hope having his second runner after the rest, and I'm a big believer in it. Lunar Halo, on the other hand, racing fit, loves the course and distance. Very well weighted to me. I think she'll be a very, very big runner in a race like this. It's a boat race you can bank either. I've gone for Lunar Halo because of the racing experience, and the other was having a second run after a layoff, and I think she'll actually be quite hard to beat. The rest of the field are racing for third and fourth, and I'm tipping at 3, 1, 5 and 2.
Right, as we move into the territory of race number 7, just giving the betting. Number 3, Walking on the Wild Side. Well, you're going to be the judge there. 12 to 10 could be a little bit on the sharp side for my money. Number 1, Light of Day, I thought could be the value from the Kelly Mitchley stable with Muzi Yeni aboard at 4 to 1. Miss Patty, number 2, is 4 to 1. And then number 11, Sky Velocity, from an opening call of 5 to 1, has gone out 6 to 1. And then it's 10 to 1 and upwards the balance of the field. Just looking at this point in time, there's no scratching at this point in time as the recording. And I see you've gone with a couple of horses here, numbers 1, 3, and also 11 you've thrown in.
Yeah, 100%, Sheldon. There's not much between the 1 and the 11, I must be honest with you. I do prefer the 1 slightly. She's a nice big filly. I'm not concerned about the 60 and a half. She's got a decent draw with Yeni up. The favourite, Walk on the Wild Side, 12 to 10 from draw 11 is going to be a bit on the tight side for my liking. They fancy this filly. She won a good maiden. The next 2 starts, she was short favourite. She got rolled over both times. I think she needs to turn her form around a little bit and then needs to improve a length or 2. Sky Velocity, she actually holds Light of Day on her last run, and she's got to be there and thereabouts as well. And I think the winner will come from one of those 3 horses. The other horse that won a decent maiden first time here, Miss Patty, can be anything. So decent kind of a race, Sheldon. I'm tipping at 1, 11, 3 and 2.
Moving into the territory of the final event, which is race number 8. And when it comes to race number 8, hopefully with your guidance, the punters and whoever's following you are in front. The money's come for number 6, Strata, early up, 5 to 1, down 7 to 2. And just looking at the field, it looks highly competitive. So for me, I wouldn't be taking the 7 to 2. Maybe the guys who latched onto the 5 to 1, they'll be happy with that. Number 11, Wordsworth, 5 to 1. And then there's 5, See You in a Bit, at 8 to 1, along with number 15, Seattle Ripper. Number 9, Cruiser Door. Number 1, Captain TikTok. And then we go out to 12.5 to 1, number 8, Munchkin. I see you've gone 5, 11, 14 and 15. Do you think that money could be spot on with Strata? I've got my hesitations.
Sheldon, this is the only horse that I've heard from the course with regards to being a big runner. There's a lot of talk about this horse, Strata. Once again, filly against the boys. Once again, drawn 12, which is definitely the wrong side of the course at Fairview at the moment. The horses on the outside are really battling. Very, very tricky race. A lovely race. If you can catch the quartet, it isn't going to be easy, and it's going to be very, very difficult to get through the pick 6. Wordsworth on draw and form is definitely the horse to beat. Chad Little up. He's been riding a couple of winners now. He's got a bit of momentum, so that's definitely the horse to beat. Cliff, he's got his yard in good shape. So he's definitely my first choice in the race. The likes of Resurgence, Seattle Ripper, Jackson, Mississippi, those are horses that have got to go into quartets. And obviously the talk for Strata, anytime there's talk for a Richard Fourie horse, you've got to respect. And also See You in a Bit, who's holding solid form and drawn down the right side of the course. Captain TikTok's another one that could go in holding decent form as well. Very tricky race, a nice race to catch a quartet. I'm tipping at 11, 5, 14 and 15, but in the pick 6 you'd have to add in 1, 6 and 16.
Just touching on your first selection, which is number 11, Wordsworth. This will possibly be a quartet roving banker. If you look at the overall form, course and distance, 2 runs for a victory and a second, 3 wins of the 4 wins over the distance. And this is a horse who showed up early in your neck of the woods. I think it had the 1 run there behind Seattle Ripper, and then it came through to win second time out there.
Yeah, 100%. He's got the form. He's got the form to be in the first four. There's no doubt. He's one of the roving bankers. I'll probably see you in a bit with it. I do prefer those inside draws, and she's got a bit of form. Price 8 to 1, make something pay, and then find a couple of these other horses that I mentioned to make the trifectas and Cortez pay. But hell of a tricky race to get through for the pick six. Punters are going to have to be very, very lucky to get through here.
Well, thank you very much, Grant. As is the norm, you always give us some very good information. You've heard Strata's the horse that's a talking horse on the ground, and you get to know about these runners and the word on the ground. Now we're going to bring up your suggested bets for the day. If you wouldn't mind running it through for all your followers out there. I know you've got a best bet, a value bet, and you're also trying the place accumulator.
100%, Sheldon. Thank you very much. Best bet, race 4, number 1, Nothing Else Matters. My value bet, race 3, number 6, Millennium Dancer. And my suggested bet, the place accumulator, goes as follows. We open up with 1 and 2, by 2 and 6, by banker 1, by 3, 5, 12, by banker 3, by 1, 3, 11, by 5, 11, 14 and 15 for 144 Rand full unit.
Well, thank you very much, Grant. Have a wonderful day's racing. And as we always say, let the horses do it up for us on the track. The trainers have done their bit, all the grooms, everybody behind the scenes, and now it's up to the riders and the final little tweaking on the race day. So thank you very much for your input.
Thank you very much, Sheldon, and good luck to those punters playing tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thanks very much to Grant Paddock joining us on the line, and hopefully you have a successful day's punting, and you as the viewer and the player end up in the winner's enclosure.